Uh, Hello, ladies and gentlemen. So, very good morning to all. We are awaiting the start of the contest. We'll have the national anthem now. Players quickly shaking their hands. A new start, a new chapter. The Dehradun chapter, all set to host the RFYS leg. It is an incredible show of football for the Indian youth. We all know the biggest footballing festival is underway at Qatar, and this is a footballing festival for the young kids of India. So it's Doon Valley Public School at the moment in green, and we'll have APS Birpur in white who will be going to the right. The referee is all set. Kickstart proceedings. There's the starting 11 for Doon Valley. Rajiv, Gaurav, Aman, Javier, Vivek, Vijay, Shubham, Vaibhav, Adit, Arpit and Vijay. And we'll quickly have the lineups for APS as well. There is, my bad, it's SGRR Public School. It's Ravindra, Keshav, Mayank, Sumit, Divyanshu, Dhruv. And we'll soon be updating the remaining of the players too. The referee quickly taking a look, counting the number of players. These are young kids in the junior section. It's Doon Valley Public School who will be kick-starting proceedings. And off we go. A start straight away, a bit bumpy to begin with, but then a very nice attempt to snatch the ball away by Public School there. The Doon Valley Public School on the rise, and a nice little pass with a quick surge from their forward. However, the defenders have it covered. A quick body tussle at the end, and the ball goes out for a goal kick. A charged up beginning from Public School there. A charged up beginning from SPS. They would be hoping to get something going their way early. A quick goal kick taken, a few quick short passes trying to be staged to enter a bit haywire, and now a chase from DVP. However, that would go out as a throw in favor of DVP at the moment. With just 1 minute in the game, we've already seen a quick charge from DVP, despite the ball wasn't really on direction or on point. Quick throw taken by DVP, and now they are on the move again. Nice little pass, spreads the game on the far right. However, the referee says a free kick has happened. So most likely, while they were trying to execute a defensive move, push has came into the picture. So at the moment, just to give you a heads up, this is the opening game of the Dehradun leg. We see DVP in white, and we see SPS in green. DVP on the move, on the far left now, playing quick 1-2 passes there. A nice little run, a nice little dribble, goes past a couple of defenders. Once again, on the rise from the left. Can they get the ball? The ball has fallen to the DVP attacking move. However, the linesman says it's an offside. It was a brilliant move from DVP, dribbling past a couple of defenders with consummate ease, But at the end of the day, the linesman says the second touch was an offside, so you'll have to be a bit more careful with that. These are young kids putting their hearts and souls to the contest at the moment. DVP once again on the move. DVP right now dominating the midfield, and as the footballing maxim goes, the team that dominates the midfield dominates the match. Once again, the ball has fallen back for DVP. A nice little touch there. Brilliant footwork. Another quick pass. Following it down to the far left now. A nice run from the attacker. Looking around for options. However, he's done it all himself. This can be a one-on-one situation. The goalkeeper comes out, but the defenders recovered brilliantly to get the ball back. But DVP takes a shot from range. But at the end of the day, the ball would lack the sting that is important for it to roll into the back of the net. However, these young kids, it has so far been a frenetic first 3 minutes of the contest. Absolutely brilliant display from DVP, and STS at the moment are high on defense, but they have done a decent job. They've shown solid in defensive move. This is the first time they are planning to put forth an attacking unit here. However, at the end of the day, the danger is taken care of by STS, and now the ball's back in the DVP half. This is the first time, and this is probably the longest point in time the ball has stayed in the DVP half. We are seeing a couple of legs being raised a bit higher than you would expect. The ball is now in the DVP half again. STS on the move as the defender lets it go to the goalkeeper. So no harm done. A downtown delivery. The goalkeeper is taken care of. The ball's falling back to DVP. They are pressing higher again. The ball is being played down on the wings. A good use of the wings by DVP, which has actually helped them so far in keeping. However, SVP, once again, vigilant about their surroundings, takes care of the proceeding and sends the ball back in the DVP half. DVP has regained possession, but now SVP once again on the move, trying to press a bit harder than ever. This has so far been an incredible start to the contest. An electrifying start. Both the teams high on the effort or high on the desire to score an early goal, to draw first blood, and whichever team gets the first goal will have the momentum going their way. Momentum is extremely important in contests like these. SVP now trying to find an early avenue. He sends in a nice little cross there, and the SVP striker was a bit overcrowded by the goalkeeper and the defender. An early move once again, just 4 minutes on the clock, and we have some nice and decent box-to-box action. Both the teams putting their foot on the accelerator. The referee says it's going to be a throw-in in favor of SVP, or it's going to be a goal kick. So they're going to have the time to catch a break now. It started off with DVP dictating the proceedings, and suddenly the needle has turned its tide. The needle is now in favor of SPS. What an incredible start to the contest already. Just to keep you all updated, I guess it was a bit of a late start for the teams, and in order to accommodate other games, the management has decided it's going to be 25 minutes half each. So both the teams will have reduced timelines for themselves to find the back of the net. They have to keep on pressing. It's the open up of the Dehradun leg of RFYS. And we can now see DVP on the move again, trying to find out a few players on the far wings. Oh, the player's just been nutmegged. You know, the cheekiest thing you can do in football is nutmeg your opposition. And getting nutmeg in such an important part of the half, that's kind of not just insulting, it's pretty derogatory for a player, for any footballer's stature. You can see the footballer running all the way to get the ball. They know the urgency, they know they have to score. It's a reduced half, so they'll have to put in every possible opportunity to go ahead and find that net. But however, SBP has just intercepted the ball, and now SPS, the ball has fallen back for SPS, but it has ricocheted off the DVP defense. Once again, DVP making the proceedings clear, clearing the danger lines. The ball is fallen back to their defense. However, the throw will go in favor of SPS at the moment. SPS exploring their options. A nice little throw there has set the player on the move. Can they get that cross in? The cross comes in. The goalkeeper steals it away for a corner. They were looking for the man who was on the move there. The question is, I guess, it isn't the goalkeeper, it's a crosswork that happened. There's some nice box-to-box action. This was an opportunity that they had. Look at this delivery. Beautifully created. I guess it wasn't really sure whether the ball deflected off the goalkeeper or of the woodwork. We'll quickly know. So it's going to be a corner. It was the goalkeeper who pulled up an important save. If not a save, I would say that he intercepted a pass that should have been a sure shot goal. A short corner taken away. SPS trying to figure out a nice way to get their first goal of the moment. Lovely little dribble there. Goes past a couple of defenders and drags it wide by inches. What an electric effort from SPS. The game has totally changed its complexion. The early minutes were dictated by DVP, and now SPS is on the surge. They earned the corner. A brilliant corner was taken at the end of the day. After a couple of wonderful dribbles, the ball was dragged wide. And now DVP on the move again. DVP taking their time, but couldn't control the ball, so that would go out as a throw. It was an offside, so it's going to be a free kick at the end of the day for SPS. SPS have now sniffed blood. They know that the DVP defense will be busy, and they're going to probably put their feet on the pedal. A bit of chaos here now for DVP, now that SPS have also started retaliating the players, telling each other to calm down. These are young kids. Believe me, this is a wonderful platform which has been set by the Reliance Youth Sports Foundation. Before we come to that, we would see once again SPS trying to press harder, wherein the DVP players not really sure of what's happening at the moment. SPS is pressing hard. They want that goal. We just see a couple of wonderful dribbles a few moments back. A quick throw in for SPS. However, DVP has reflected it at the moment, but the ball will fall back to DVP once again. And now DVP wants to clear the lines. You don't want to take any kind of danger, but the ball has been returned by SPS. A quick swing, a wild swing of the feet from the player. But once again, it's a bit of an uncontrolled affair at the moment. SPS was doing pretty well, but now somehow they have already seen that they are on the move, so probably they are just trying to press hard. They are trying to get another ball up front. However, DVP keeping things under check at the moment. Now, DVP trying to push harder, go forward, look for a couple of options, and the ball has fallen back for the DVP player. And now it's DVP once again on the rise, looking for a couple of players. A brilliant ball was being attempted to be played. The striker was already on the run. However, the ball wasn't really as good as it should have been, and it was intercepted. It was waylaid by SPS at the end of the day. Once again, DVP, and they are unable to control the momentum, but now the ball has fallen back. An excellent dribble once again. This is a nifty footwork from the winger. And now he rises forward. However, the ball has been taken care of by SPS momentarily. It is once again an attack for DVP, but at the end of the day, the ball falls back, and now SPS on the move. There's too much space on that left. Can the attacker latch onto the delivery? The DVP defender making good use of his body there. Finally blocks it, however, trades it for a throw. So 9 minutes, we are almost heading towards the 10-minute mark, and it has so far been an electric encounter. Both the sides putting in as much effort as they can. It has so far been a thunderous box-to-box encounter. Both the teams putting in the efforts, putting in the numbers up ahead. They are not afraid to go front. All they want is that all-important goal to start with. It's a reduced half for both, the 25 minutes half, so they know they'll need the goal. Now it's DVP on the right again. The attacker darting down the left wing. Can he find his man there? Can he find that option? They dribble past a couple of defenders, but then eventually SPS slamming their bodies on the warpath and clearing it out for a corner. Brilliant football, absolutely brilliant football. 10 minutes on the clock already. Both the teams, they have shown, they have displayed exemplary football, as good as it can get from these youngsters. A quick corner being blended into the box, an opportunity for DVP. However, the attackers found that the ball was a bit beyond their reach, and now once again DVP sends in a quick cross, but it will be deflected by SPS. The ball is falling back for DVP. Couple of quick passes, but this time they want to clear the lines. SPS goes for a long ranger, and the ball is now back to DVP. The ball is still in the SPS half. DVP goes for a long attempt. There was a player up front though. Even if he'd have touched the ball, that would have been offside anyway. And now it's going to be a goal kick in favor of SPS. It's going to be their time now. They'll try and catch some break, because once again, it has so far been a frenzied affair, both the sides. And now suddenly SPS has found acres of space ahead of them, even though the numbers are overwhelmingly against them. But a couple of nice dribbles, but eventually the ball falls back for DVP. What a contest we are witnessing here. Both the sides, they are not willing to bend their backs at any point in time. They want to attack. They want to attack. Attack is the mantra. You know, I would just quote, if you remember, there's a world famous grandmaster which goes by the name of Mikhail Tal, and his mantra was attack. He always said this, that attack is the best possible defense we can do. And right now, we are witnessing this. We are witnessing DVP on the charge, and at the same time, SPS hitting them back with the attack. Both the teams, they are not ready, they are not concerned about their defense. All they want to do is they want to surge up, they want to create those attacks, they want to create those opportunities for themselves. They know it's going to be an open encounter. They know that it's going to be chances like these that will eventually get them the goal, and not a defensive move, not a cagey affair. Both the teams are very high on courage. Both the teams are high on adrenaline. Both the teams are high on attack. Once again, DVP, as we speak, DVP on the move again, this time from the right. However, the resultant ball didn't have as much a sting as they would have expected. So it's going to be another corner. Brilliant effort from DVP. This time on an alternate channel. They were using the left channel very nicely. This time they tried it on the right channel, but this is going to be a corner. Let's see what does this corner await. And he whips in that corner into the mix. Do we find someone? But eventually the resultant effort goes a bit haywire, and it is going to be a goal kick in favor of SPS. The possession, the control is now with SPS. The goal kick fell for DVP, however, and a long attempt there. And the referee says it's a free kick. It's a push while he was trying to control the ball. It was a nudge from behind, which was a bit too much for the player to keep control of the position. It's going to be a free kick. We have seen several goals from these kind of range. Will we see another? It's a bit too far from the goal, but you never know. And here he unleashes the thunderbolt. Oh my word! It was dipping menacingly. This could have been the opener of the day. Look at it. Look at the dip. Look at the dip. It was inches from the woodwork. Brilliant free kick. What a curl at the end of the day. The goalkeeper didn't really realize that the ball was dipping, and he let it fly. It could have been danger if it had been inches down from what it was. Once again, DVP on the surge, and now SPS trying to find an answer, trying to find a report for what DVP is doing to them at the moment. But now a couple of nice dribbles, goes past a couple of defenders, and now the ball has been taken care of by SPS. So it's going to be a throw in favor of DVP once again. 15 minutes on the clock. We are heading into the final 10 minutes of the first half. What an incredible first half has it been. What an incredible contest. What an incredible exchange of passes have we seen. And some extremely well-constructed salvo. Once again, DVP on the move. The goalkeeper showing some brilliant acrobatics there. Not really acrobatics, my bad. The goalkeeper showing some decent control of the ball. Palms it and keeps it under control. It was another great ball. DVP had the opportunity to break free. The striker did push in. However, the goalkeeper was absolutely bang on with his timing and his ball control with the palm. A nice little flick there, attempting a rainbow flick to be honest. But eventually it was cleared, and now SPS once again pushing hard for the ball. The defender is aware of his positional surroundings. The goalkeeper comes out of his line, makes a hash of clearances there. And it's going to be a free kick, an indirect free kick. I guess it's a handball at the end of the day. The goalkeeper was trying to come out, he was out of his line, where he ended up handling the ball. That's kind of horrendous. That is absolutely horrendous. This is not really expected. Remember, like a week back, not exactly a week back, it was from a situation like this in a grand finale where a goal was scored between the college games, and now we have a similar situation. The goalkeeper was darting down, he lost control of himself and eventually ended up handling the ball. It's an indirect free kick, and these kind of indirect free kicks from this range can be dangerous. They're going to go direct, but the wall was alert and has deflected it off now. And now DVP trying to push back. However, the defender out there will take care of the proceedings, but the ball has once again go here. The referee will probably be blowing the whistle. It was a very high foot there, and yes, the referee has blown the whistle. You've got to be careful, you've got to be aware of your opposition's safety as well. That is important. A quick free kick taken, and now DVP has got the ball. Brilliantly controlled with a header, but eventually the shot that comes, it comes slightly wide of the post. So that would be a goal kick. It was an exceptionally well controlled delivery. What an incredible display of football these young kids have put forward now. It is a treat to watch. As we were saying earlier, that it's like, the greatest footballing rivalry has been underway in Qatar. Before we get back to that, once again, it's DVP on the move, a quick passes exchange. The ball has fallen back for DVP. However, once again, a chaotic move at the end of the day has been taken care of by SPS. And now DVP trying to find a way forward. A bit of a hasty clearance is not really allowing SPS to get the ball. DVP goes for a nice little lock, hoping for their attacker to reach that, but it had no direction whatsoever, and the goalkeeper would eventually lead into it. And now SPS on the surge again. The young kids really running short of gas. It is expected. These are sweltering conditions. It's a lot of heat there. The humidity is on the higher side. The players tend to get drained, and as we see at the moment, DVP, Dune Valley Public School, we are right now back on the defense. SGRR Public School, SPS from Nehrugram, we are trying to find an offensive move at the moment. Now SPS sends in a long starring delivery, but the ball has actually called for DVP. Now DVP just trying to block the ball, trying to keep possession of affairs, but eventually ends up conceding a throw. Once again, the battle continues. A battle of two famished sides, a battle of two young sides, hopeful of finding that all-important opener. Excuse me. SPS exploring a few options there. DVP once again clearing it away for a throw. Dune Valley Public School. It has so far been an incredible half of football. Both the teams putting everything they can to get that opener, but so far both the teams have done everything that could have been done. However, the precision up front is missing. SPS now sends it across. SPS attacker was out there, but eventually the ball has been a bit too haywire. The goalkeeper has also taken care of it, but the ball is still with SPS, and they are trying to make a way forward. DVP has the ball in their control, but SPS is on the press, trying to get rid of the ball, trying to oust their opposition of the possession. The ball has fallen back for SPS. The attackers, number of attackers up there, they're swarming their counterparts. And now takes a long range effort, but again, the ball was not on target, despite the overwhelming number of shots, despite the number of enterprises attempted, despite the number of times the attack coming very close to the goal. The net hasn't yet kissed the ball. So at the end of the day, the scoreline still is locked up in the past. 20 minutes of electrifying football. SPS once again, lovely little ball. This can be the opener of the night. The goalkeeper's up front, the attacker was up front, and eventually it's the goalkeeper who wins the race. I guess at the end of the day, he's hurt himself in the process. Look at this. Brilliant ball. The attacker surging forward. The goalkeeper was way up front, so he was right on time. Lays end to the ball, but eventually when the attacker was trying to get hold of the ball, he couldn't really. He was not in control. Definitely, he was not in control. He was late on the ball, and the goalkeeper took a clout to his gut here. He's back on his feet. That's a good news. These are youngsters. These kids are the future of Indian football. We've got to protect them at all costs. And if this is the kind of football you see from these young school kids, we know that the Indian footballing posterity is in safe hands. And now DVP once again on the attack, but the pass they were expecting for the attacking on the far right, that pass didn't have too much weight on it. DVP wants to take a quick throw. 20 minutes. We are heading into the final 5 minutes of the first half. What an incredible contest has it been so far. And now SPS sending it back for throw in favor of the Dune Valley Public School. You know how famous Dune Valley Public School is in terms of these sporting affairs. And right now, they want to find that all-important goal that could set them on their stride for an excellent opening to the tournament. And now once again, it's DPS DPS plays. Oh, what a through ball this is. This can be danger. The defender swarming in. He takes that shot. He probably could have dribbled. He had an option on his left. All he had to do was probably look around. However, it was offside already. But this was such a delightful pass. Only if he could have timed his run there. And now a long ball there. The ball's fallen back to DVP. SPS attackers still trying to snatch it away. But the DVP has kept control. And now DVP on the move again. Exploring a few options on the far wings. There is an option, however, but the ball has been waylaid by SPS. And now they keep the ball in play. It's an SPS attack once again. Can they reach it? No, the ball had too much stress. The idea was correct, the intention was correct, but the execution lacked a bit of precision at the end of the day. What a start to the game. What an incredible first half to the opener of the day. We're still to figure out the first goal. Both the teams have put in as much effort as we can, and it's good to see that they are putting in so much effort at the moment. And now SPS, some brilliant dribbles, but once again the DVP defense maintaining their solidity, keeping their guards up. And now DVP on the move again. Can they find the breakthrough? Now there is DVP, a long ball. There was a player stationed on the far left. The referee has the linesman has still kept his flag down. Can DVP go past? However, the attacking ball that was supposed to fall, the ball is falling back to DVP. A couple of missed passes there, and now DVP on the surge again, trying to find that opening avenue. He gets that much important ball. The attacker turns, takes the shot. It was actually an attempt for a pass, but eventually both the players could not contact it. So there you go. So it's going to be a goal kick at the end of the day. Once again, the ball has fallen to DVP, and the referee says it's a free kick in their favor. Once again, a dangerous position to run a free kick. SPS quickly arranging their wall. 23 minutes of intense football. DVP goes for the free kick. It's a low free kick taken. However, it was way off the target once again, and SPS clear their lines. The ball's fallen back to DVP. It takes a bit of a loft.
No, sir.
It's had a quick exchange of passes from DVP. DVP on the surge again. However, SPS has things under control and now sends it downtown to the DVP half. DVP, however, has regained control of the possession, goes for a long ranger. I guess these are not going to trouble the goalkeeper at all. Both the goalkeepers have shown some exceptional control of their proceedings. So with efforts like this, it's simply going to be made easier for the goalkeepers once again. Another long range effort, directionless, clueless, and it falls in the arms of the goalkeeper. But suddenly once again the ball has fallen back for SPS, and they were on the charge. Can they figure out a way? Last few seconds remaining of that first half, but DVP clears their line, so no problem whatsoever. Since that ball's on the left, DVP, they have the ball under control. They'll play a quick pass to web away any kind of possible dangers. And now DVP on the rise, tried to play to that player on that far right. I guess he was a bit too distant, and that probably fizzed out an attack. He could have closed down a bit. He could have kept this sync with the player in the same line, but eventually ends up conceding the possession to SPS just because the distance was a bit too much. In football, we always keep on saying we have to make the pass easy. That's the end of a frenetic first half. What a first half we've had. Doon Valley Public School and SVP have right now, it's the SGRR Public School from Nehrugram. Both the sides, incredible display of football, quickly shaking hands amongst themselves. They're now sharing what possibly could have been done, but they will have 25 minutes, no point reviewing the missed opportunities. They'll have to look forward. Young kids putting up a blazing display of football. That's the end of the first half. Doon Valley Public School nil, SGRR Public School nil. We will return shortly for the second. see that once again DVP, Doon Valley Public School, trying to find out a quick avenue of attack there. However, at the moment the goalkeeper's off his line and eventually gets hold of the ball. And now SPS suddenly back on the move. As we mentioned, that this has so far been a brilliant box-to-backs game. Can SPS get the ball for themselves? They have the attacker on the move. There's just one man. They'll need a lot of support from that position. It's very difficult. Almost one man is trying to stave away 4 to 5 defenders, and yet no help arrives. There's help on the far right, there's help on the far center, but that won't really get them where they want to go. And now the ball has gone out for a throw in favor of DVP. However, SPS tried to cut a shot, but it's Doon Valley Public School on the move again. Plays a nice little ball. There's an attacker down the far right. He would be looking forward his options. He'd be weighing on who is the one who's going to give him the most proper support. But eventually, he doesn't get any support at all, and the ball has fallen back for SPS. But the possession has been re-snatched by Doon Valley Public School. There has been some chaotic play in the middle. And now, once again, SPS trying to figure out a way to go forward. But then, brilliant interception by Doon Valley Public School will go ahead and snatch the opportunity. This was another little ball. The forward came surging through, even put a feet on the ball. Could have spelt danger only if you would have kept the direction. This was the best opportunity of the night for DVP. My bad, I'm sorry. So it was DVP who was on the surge there. Almost got an opportunity for themselves. Could have easily converted it. But now the ball has fallen back for SPS. However, another chaotic attempt to clear the lines. And they have gifted the possession in favor of DVP. Another nice little through ball attempted. However, it was not well controlled. So it's going to be DVP once again, trying to figure out a way to go forward. They have managed. The ball is now in their control. And this time, it was a bit too much power on the delivery. But the defender has made it back easy. And now a long-range attempt. However, it lacked that initial sting to bomb down into the net. So the goalkeeper came out of his line and eventually grabbed hold of it. And the handball there, while he was trying to clear the ball, it caught the extended arm of a DVP player. So it's going to be SPS now to take that free kick. Look at this opportunity. It's a lovely ball there. The goalkeeper had to rush out of his line. I believe the goalkeeper did a phenomenal job. He stood his ground. He didn't come out of that box. He probably could have come out of the box, but he had to gust forward. But even, we can see a player down. It's not a good sign. Most likely it was a collision at the other end. An SPS player was down. The medical aid is there in the middle. The referee paying some quick attention, stopping the game. We are almost on the brink of hitting the half-hour mark. This has so far been a brilliant contest from both the sides. Half an hour of intense box-to-ball actions, half an hour of swashbuckling football, where both the sides were hell-bent, have shown the intention, have shown the passion, have shown the tenacity to go forward over and over again. Football is a body contact game, so these kind of things do happen. But at the end of the day, what would matter is that these players are safe, these players are getting back on their feet. Once again, thanks to Reliance Foundation Youth Sports. So they have been doing a phenomenal job of giving a very prized platform to these young kids. And these kids are making very good use of the same. SPS have started proceedings, and this time a long ball. Once again, the ball has fallen for that SPS attacker on the far left. A quick outside dribble. Now looking for his option. Another outside dribble. Drags the man out. Some brilliant goalkeeping. Goalkeeper coming out of the line and cutting short all the space he had up front. And now DVP on the move, trying to break free from the attack. Sends a long ball, surging forward. It's a DVP attacker. Can SVP clear their lines? No. However, a quick touch from the DVP player eventually cost him what could have been a possible attack. And it's going to be SPS back on the move again. Sends a long ball. Falls back for DVP, however. There was no player for SPS to grab hold of it. The ball's fallen back for DVP. DVP trying to find their players through a couple of passes, but eventually the pass that was created, it was not controlled at all. So it's fallen back for the DVP defense. A few headers. Oh, there was an extended arm. The player was literally frustrated at the ball going away from him, and he just threw an arm. He would consider himself fortunate that the ball didn't catch his arm, but it was a bit too high. It could have been a card. The referee quickly pointing out a few substitution would be taking place. We'll keep you posted about the substitutions. However, at the moment, DVB continues with the ball, plays it back on the far right, but the ball has now got out as a throw in favor of SPS now. SPS attempting a long throw. Takes a quick run, but eventually will be settling for a shot. The ball has fallen back for DVP. I guess now things are getting a bit too chaotic. It was a very eventful first half. Oh, that was an attempt for a ninja kick, but eventually it doesn't really connect. And now DVP on the rise again. The SPS defense seems solid. The ball's fallen back for DVP. Goes for a shot from range, but it eventually totally veers off its original path. It was not well connected. It had a swing to it, and that would result in a throw in favor of SPS. Great football there. Absolutely brilliant football. Now throw in favor of DVP. We had a very eventful first half. The second half, the first 7 minutes of the second half has been a bit cagey. However, both these sides, they have presented us with some great football. There was an opportunity for DVP. A scarring through came in. It bobbled up at the right moment. An effort was made by the attacker too, but some excellent goalkeeping staved away any danger. And now SPS trying to find their footing. As we know, the first half, it was a half of moments. There were moments that where SPS reigned supreme, and there were moments where DVP reigned supreme. However, it's DVP. This can be the opener of the night. Brilliant. And it is the first goal. There was continuous attempts from DVP. They were trying to figure as hard as they could. Look at this opportunity. Another brilliant ball. Brilliant delivery. The attacker comes in, gets a quick touch to it, chips it over the goalkeeper. The defender didn't know when to throw in that leg, and eventually when he did throw in that leg, it was too late. The ball had already crossed the line, and Doon Valley Public School has taken and lead in the second half. Continuous knocking on the door, continuous gung-ho has eventually paid off handsome dividends for the Doon Valley Public School. And now it is going to be on SPS. They will have 17 minutes to themselves to get the goal in their name, to get that equalizer. This is football. A quick substitution happening. Number 8 coming in for DVP. Number 8 going out for DVP. And we'll let you know the number that actually went in. Now SPS on the move. SPS plays a quick little ball, but this time the defense seems absolutely vigilant and solid. So they'll take care of the proceedings. And now DVP on the charge again, trying to double their cushion. They know that a 1-goal lead is very slender and very unpredictable. You never know when that goal can be cancelled off. SPS still showing solidity in defense. It was an error of judgment from the SPS defender. Otherwise, it shouldn't have been a goal. The defender had kept a track of proceedings, but simply didn't know when to execute that loaded leg. A quick throw in for DVP. It was jersey number 4 who scored that all-important goal for DVP. Excellent effort. It was Xavier who got the opener. A quick throw there. The ball's fallen back to the goalkeeper. And now SPS on the rise again. But the DVP defenders have things under control. And now DVP taking a quick little run. Oh, brilliantly dodges past that ball, dodges past the player there. But SPS has regained control of the proceedings. The ball's fallen back to Doon Valley again. And now they are trying to explore a few opportunities up front. Well, this time SPS pressing as hard as they can, but eventually It's a throw in favor. A quick update. Sorry for an earlier. I guess it was a miscommunication. It was Terthik who scored that opening goal, and now once again, Doon Valley Public School trying to find out a way. Now another effort from that left. This can be another scorching move, however, an attempt and a brilliant finish. Goal number 2 in a flash of an eye. Is there's an injury too, and we can see the player contorting in pain. Look at this. I guess it was SPS. A nice little chip there. Oh, it was a collision with his own player when that goal was scored. The goal has definitely gone in, but the referee paying attention. I guess it was a collision of feet altogether that has happened. It's still 13 minutes. So SPS has taken a 2-0 lead here. Well, this is something which is not a very order because these are moments that should be celebrated. But at currently, it's kind of a pain that player in. The players have a few smiles, but they would need their friend to get up. It's eventually the friendship. It's eventually the bond that matters. It was totally unintentional. There's a player who was going for the goal. We'll quickly show you a repeat of that goal. It was a brilliant finish, right on their money. Also, the goal has not been given altogether. So I believe it was an offside altogether. So my bad. So it's the first goal that has happened. So scoreline still remains SPS 1, wherein June Valley Public School are still to figure out their second goal of the day. Oh, once again, it gets a bit hasty out in the middle. So it's gonna be a free kick, a long free kick taken by Doon Valley Public School. It's been received on the far right. Plays a beautiful ball. Oh, the attacker now falling back. And the referee says the play game needs to go on because there were no fouls involved. And here comes SPS. Here comes SPS again, but DVP has re-snatched the ball, and now DVP trying to carve a way for themselves. Does it brilliantly. An excellent, once again, this dribble has been very predominant. Look at this. 3 defenders dragged away. Fortunate enough that the ball doesn't land in the back of the net. Excellent, excellent defending. What an all-round display of football. It was SPS. It was DVP on the move. They were desperate for that equalizer. 1, 2, 3 defenders dribbled in the flash of an eye. Brilliant footwork. And eventually, when that scarring ball sends in, the defender from DVP or from SPS surges down and eventually trades it for a corner. And the corner taken thrown into the mix. A brilliant corner. But once again, SPS has things under control at the moment. And now sends it forward. It's going to be an SPS break again. But the ball had too much weight. But there is an attacker waiting. Can he dribble past that player? He's got it. There's acre of space ahead of him. This can be another golden opportunity if he can pass the ball in right time. However, another brilliant defensive effort has not allowed DVP, or rather SPS, to get that opening goal. This is a brilliant move there. And now SPS on the move, looking for that insurance goal, which is important. The ball has fallen back, a botched up clearance. There was a jumble of legs, however, DVP reaches the ball first, but then SPS on the move again. And there's a lot of space. There are options for him as well, who's waiting for the chance. Takes it. Oh my word, this should have been a goal. How could he miss that? How could he miss that? He had the entire goal gaping at him. and yet he somehow fails to clear it. Look at this opportunity. What a ball, what an attack. He takes the defender apart with that body feint. And now this was a cross that fell in right at his feet. Bams it wide, drags it wide. This should have been a goal. This should have been a goal. This is a criminal miss, if we must say. But once again, these are learnings as well. This is all that is important, that these players keep on learning. These are young kids. They have a lot of football coming ahead of them, a lot of bright footballing days waiting for them up front. But at the moment, it's SPS on the move again. Now SPS trying to figure out that insurance goal. The second half has been a dominant display from SPS throughout. They've found that goal after continuous knocking on the doors, and now they want that second goal. Once again, the ball has fallen back for the attacker. Brilliant side movement allowed him to create some space, but I believe it was a foul. Look at this opportunity. It was an excellent opportunity. And now they have the opportunity to clear the lines. They have. The ball's fallen back for SPS, and now SPS once again finds a player, but eventually, while he was trying to jump, he found his hand in the way. So at the end of the day, that would be a free kick. However, the ball suddenly fallen for Doon Valley School, even though it's most likely going to be an offside. Yes, it is. He was standing miles offside. We are in the final 8 minutes. They are desperate for that equalizer. Despite trailing by that opener, their spirits are still not dampened. They are keeping an open mind. They want that goal. They are putting in every possible thing. This is a good spectacle. This is a good spectacle from these kids. It has so far been a beautiful half of football, even though the second half entirely belonged to SGRR Public School. And now SGRR Public School once again on the rise, but Doon Valley clears their lines comfortably. And now the ball's fallen. Doon Valley Public School trying to find a possible outing for themselves. Another brilliant dribble. Takes that long ranger. Ooh, that would miss the net by whiskers. Would you believe it? Look at the courage. Look at the audacity. Look at the outrageous effort right now taken. Belted. But eventually, it would go wide by inches. Oh, what an effort. What an effort. This is exactly why we gather. Look at these kids. Look at them trying extraordinary avenues to get those all-important goals. But suddenly, Doon Valley has found themselves open. But eventually, while he was trying to control the ball, it bobbled up and it touched his hands. So once again, it's going to be DPS or DVP to keep control of proceedings. And now it's DVP once again. But crowded by the attack. They were trying to swing their legs, but the ball's kept well in control. SCSS once again, this time the player waiting for that ball, but it's an offside. He was marginally offside. It was definitely a 50-50 call, but then at the end of the day, it's a linesman who can say the best. So 44 minutes down the clock, an electrifying contest where both the sides have been absolutely massive in targeting each other. We still see SGRR Public School has the lead for themselves, and Doon Valley Public School at the moment are trailing. And now SPS clearing their lines. DPS still trying to find that all-important equalizer, restore parity, but at the moment it seems very unlikely. With SPS keeping their defense solid, even though there isn't any lack of effort. However, suddenly SPS is on the move. All they will need that, but an excellent outside dribble. Takes the long range, a brilliant goal. It's a thunderous effort from range. Takes the dribble, goes past the defender, and hammers it into the back of the net. What a screamer would that be? He had a man open on the right, but he was confident of his ability. Goes past the defender there, shrugs off his marker, and hammers it into the back of the net. Nothing that the goalkeeper could have been done. Brilliant, stupendous finish there. And now SGRR Public School have doubled their lead. They know that they have their insurance goal. Doon Valley will have to press way harder than they are doing at the moment. 5 minutes, well, it's still enough time to score a couple of goals. Brilliant through ball, but eventually it'll lack the direction. We'll soon let you know who the goal scorer was. What a contest it had been. And eventually all the gung-ho from SPS has paid off handsome dividends. It was an incredible finish. The second goal, it was probably, both the goals have been brilliant, but the second one, it was brilliant. It was simply electrifying the way. But suddenly, Doon Valley Public School has gained their control of the proceedings, leaves two defenders twisted in a knot. Once again, this time the attacker loses his footing, but eventually keeps control of the ball, sends in the ball. The goalkeeper will come out of his line. He's made a blunder there, but eventually the attacker couldn't really capitalize on the proceedings. It should have been punished, and eventually SPSS has the ball. The second goal was scored by Karan. Brilliant finish. Oh, it's a long ball. Once again, the goalkeeper has made a hash of affairs there. He couldn't keep control of proceedings. The attacker was on the move. Thankfully, the rebound didn't really fall in the stride of a striker. And now SPSS searching for that third. They have the players that are required to get the ball, but they wouldn't eventually find out what they were expecting. We can see a lot of hands being thrown away. I still don't understand why. These are car defenses. The player needs to understand how to keep the game. Another brilliant ball, this time on the far right, finding a man, but sends it straight to the goalkeeper. We have seen two goals at the moment. Terte gave them that lead, and then the lead was doubled by Karan. The second goal was an absolute meter, a perler, if we must say. And once again, we see SPS on the lovely little touch there. Brilliant flick. That was what has once again allowed them to go forward, and they sends in a ball, but eventually it would fall for the defender. A mistake from the defender has allowed SPS to get that ball, but this time the ball that was sent darting forward was eventually off its target. Look at this opportunity. Could have been a better way to create that. They had a player on the far left. The second half has so far been entirely bossed by SPSs. Doon Valley has managed to get a few intermittent bursts of brilliance, but at the end of the day, they have failed to convert. They had a golden opportunity a few moments back where the goalkeeper missed not once but twice. Now DVP sends a scarring ball for that attacker up front. Can he unleash a shot? But eventually the shot was way off. You can see a dog taking a quick walk in the park. It's an offside already. It seemed like he was way off the line when the ball was played. So it's going to be a goal kick. We are heading into the final 2 minutes of the contest. That's been a brilliant first half. As good as it gets. Keeping the ball under control. It's going to be a long kick there. Last minute of the contest, last minute of what has so far been a brilliant contest. Do not be deceived by the goal line. Well, of course, by the score line. Well, of course, the score line seems like that because the second half has entirely belonged to SGRR Public School. But the first half, it was kind of a brilliant exchange of affairs between DVP and SPS. But the second half has so far been owned by SPS. And as we see, as the contest keeps on progressing, final 30 seconds of the contest, a quick throw taken in, and the ball falls back. Oh, they were a bit too lazy. They didn't really realize that it was Doon Valley attacking. So, however, they have got control of the ball, and now they are on the rise again. However, the linesman says it's offside, so they'll have to stop the proceedings. Final 3 to 4 seconds of the game. It's gonna be DVP to clear their lines. They're just gonna come back a bit. Sends a long ball. And eventually it goes out for another throw in, or has the referee blown the final whistle? He's still waiting for the confirmation. No, it's a throw in favor of SPS. And that's it. The throw comes in, and that's the final whistle. An electric contest comes to an end. SGRR Public School has secured the bragging rights at the end of a high-octane encounter. It was Tertik who scored the opener, thanks, or rather courtesy of a howler from the defender. And it was eventually Karan who hammered a thunderous finish at the end of the day to make it 2-0. That's the end of the first game. We'll soon return with another game, and we will keep you posted about the same. Do not go anywhere. Stay tuned. This is me signing off from the first encounter. Thank you, everyone.